Social Development Secretariat visits the scene of the kerosene explosion in Abuja. And FCT NYC closes camp, tax corps members on good conduct. Hello and welcome to the news at 7 on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Mariam George Jitubo. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, has presented the FCT 2022 budget proposal in the sum of 64.8 billion naira before the National Assembly Joint Committees on FCT, tagged National Priority Capital Budget. The minister disclosed that the budget is geared towards completing critical projects both in the Federal Capital City and satellite towns. Shuaibonoze Yakubu tells us more.
Some of the critical priority projects captured in the FCT 2022 budget proposals include the construction of the 14-kilometer Pape-Shere Galwi Road to ensure a successful resettlement of original inhabitants in 16 communities, the implementation of the Abuja rail mass transit from the Bazango to the Kuba station, as well as the completion of the Greater Abuja Water Supply Project to enhance potable water in the FCT.
The absence of critical infrastructure such as roads, water and electricity have made it impossible for us to even commence the resettlement, and any delay in doing so will lead to the vandalization and eventual degradation of the buildings already constructed at the cost of millions of naira.
We are profiling families and communities to see those who are actually beneficiaries and those who are yet to be, beneficiaries, like the instance of the Shere and those located there. That is already detailed in the function.
Chairman Senate Committee on FCT Abubakar Kyari assures of timely implementation of the budget to fast-track development in the territory.
The committee, through its oversight duty, will strongly support or complement the efforts of the Honourable Minister in the fight against corruption and any administrative anomalies like misappropriation of funds from misapplication of the laws as the case may be.
Other members of the committee suggested other areas the FCT administration should give more priority. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
A 3-day capacity building workshop to boost the knowledge of members of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations FCT chapter has opened with the theme Harnessing Diversity for National Building, the Public Relations Perspective. Hawa Gimba reports that the workshop had participants from various organizations.
Create a positive image where none exists.
The workshop for professional public relations officers and communications executive is aimed at broadening the knowledge of participants for effective public relations. In his paper presentation, Paradigms of PR Measurement and Evaluation, Dr. Ike Ikechukwu dwelt extensively on the importance of public relations in nation building.
Let them understand that public relations is not advertisement. Let them also know that public relations outcome is measurable.
Former Director of Information, Nigerian Army, now Public Relations Consultant, Brigadier General Sani Usman, retired, says, because crises can make or mar organizations, therefore must be handled properly.
We are also looking at crisis communication. To what extent can you mitigate incidences when they occur to, maybe enhance the image or reputation of your organization?
And there is no better time than now to harness that diversity.
We can have different states, we have different organizations, but we have one country.
In this day and age, there are PR skills, but you need to understand the ones that are functional.
Chairman NIPR FCT chapter Mariam Sunusi urged members to tap from the wealth of experience and the workshop and excel.
If we are able to put these differences together in a positive way, I think Nigeria will be better for it.
The 3-day capacity building workshop is expected to enhance members' knowledge in effective communication for national growth. Hawagimba, NTA News.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Tallen, has declared open a 3-day workshop on national communication strategy aimed at ending all forms of gender-based violence and harmful practices against women and girls. Miriam Emeka Amadi was there for NTA News.
The Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Tallen, represented by the Assistant Director, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs, Ilyasu Omar Zubeiru, enjoined all involved in the fight to strengthen their collective efforts to ensure the issue of harmful practices against women and girls are eliminated.
This workshop is for them to understand how to use communication to address the issues that are around sexual and gender-based violence.
Stakeholders concur that gender-based violence is a burning issue that needs drastic measures.
So the communication strategy is a document that allows us to understand how the audience sees the issues around gender-based violence. And with the communication strategy, when we understand how the audience sees, we know what they know. And this will help us to look at how they perceive things.
Participants drawn from various states of the Federation are hopeful that the workshop would be impactful.
We talk about it, but we don't have a deep understanding of it. So this will be an opportunity for us to have a deeper understanding of this.
The FCT Social Development Secretariat played a key role in developing the National Communication Strategy in collaboration with the Center for Communications and Social Impact, CCSI, Federal Ministry of Women Affairs and others.
As a follow-up to the visit of the FCT Minister of State, Ramat Tijani Aliyu, to the scene of the kerosene explosion in Kubwa, the FCT Social Development Secretariat have also visited the tragic scene to ascertain the level of damage done by the explosion. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
The Acting Secretary, FCT Social Development Secretariat, Kevin Owonaike, who describes as tragic the incident of last Friday's explosion, says the Secretariat will take database of the people affected so as to know how government can assist them.
At the end, there must be a ministerial proclamation on how to aid and assist them. So what we are actually doing is that we give an assessment rate of this place. The area is highly devastated and we think many people are affected. So in order for government to intervene, they need to use a database which we are trying to generate. And we have to get them, we wanted to do it as obtained and with international standard, using family, So the number of families, the number of casualties by family, and so on, that's the statistics we need. So that even international donors can come in and assist the victims.
The Acting Secretary, alongside management of FCT, a Social Development Secretariat, also visited Kubwa General Hospital and the National Hospital to augment the Minister of State's efforts. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NT News.
Youth Corps members have been advised to conduct themselves well throughout their one-year service to their fatherland. The Director General, NYSC, represented by FCT Coordinator Suleiman Abdul, stated this at the NYSC closing ceremony of Batch C Stream 1 Corps members deployed to Abuja. Rosemary Moltelem Bilal reports.
Declaring the NYSC Batch C Stream 1 orientation camp close, the Director General NYSC, represented by the FCT Coordinator Suleiman Abdul, charged them to be of good conduct because the next phase of the CBCA is of great significance as the entire nation looks up to them for the advancement of the unity and development of the fatherland.
I enjoin you to perform your duties with diligence and be guided by the provisions of the NYSC Act and bylaws, as well as workplace rules and regulations. You can rest assured that management remains committed to your security and general welfare.
Also urge them to appreciate and respect the cultures of their host communities by adding value through personal and group community development service projects that will uplift their living standard. Corps members expressed optimism for their posting to Abuja, promising to be security conscious. The Corps members were advised to shun social vices and present themselves for COVID-19 vaccination, and if already taken, watch out for invitation for the second jab. They were told to also advise members of their host communities about preventive measures and the need to accept the vaccine. Rosemary Molteleng Bilal, NTA News.
The World Freedom Day is celebrated to ensure the production and safety of the press in the face of attacks while they uphold the ethics of the profession. Safia Noma Uche takes a look at this year's theme, Information as a Public Good.
Countries across the world recognize the changing communication system that is impacting on the health or human rights as well as democracies, even to the Sustainable Development Programs.
Without information, no society can survive. The society will be living in darkness. This is an opportunity. We are going to appeal to government as a journalist for them to be open-minded to us, give us necessary information, tell us what you are doing, what you have done, so that we can help you to educate the people. The issue of whether government, whether individual, whether the security agencies try to muzzle journalists is not good.
This year's theme, Information as a Public